I have played this game before, actually, but I haven't gotten far. So let me just name the session main. That's fine. It will be my main session no matter what happens. So yeah, but actually the furthest I have gotten is to like initial coal power. It's not a lot. It's not very far. So uh, I want to, of course, get further than that. And I haven't really had a good opportunity to play and get far into this game. What I do know is that I enjoy it very, very much when I play it. And this being not completely blind, at least from the get-go, means that I might be a little more organized than most people's first playthrough, which might be fine. I might also be less, who knows? Um, yeah, so I kind of want to just get it started. Multiplayer doesn't matter, because, well, it'll just be single player. So yeah, I'll start in the grass fields because I am kind of a first-time pioneer to some extent, and I like the feeling of that area. To me, it feels like a good starting area, and you also immediately get nice surroundings that are good and fun to look at. Um, and yeah, you have like the base resources close to you, is my understanding. So yeah, I guess let's just begin. And single player. We don't want to skip onboarding because I think it's an important part of the game, especially for people who are seeing it for the first time as well, which I'm hoping that some people would be interested, and this might be their first foray into this pretty amazing game. Uh, so yeah, let's confirm and get into it. I'll try to be quiet when there is dialogue as well, so that I don't speak over it. Um, and you will most likely have some immediately.
Separation from main transport complete. Group 8 delivered to Calistian region. All pioneers functional, initiating dispersion. Attention Pioneer, I am Ada, your personal instance of the artificial directory and assistant. Welcome to the Fixit Incorporated Save the Day program. A Fixit Pioneer has 3 core assignments. Construct. All pioneers must follow Fixit guidelines and instructions when constructing any building. Automate. Every pioneer is responsible for setting up and managing efficient pipelines, outposts, and power infrastructure. Explore and exploit. Fixit selected planets are rich with resources suitable for direct use or further investigation. Stay within your designated. And that is why the world is counting on pioneers like you. Fixit. Short-term solutions to long-term problems. Initiating planetfall. Atmospheric entry in 3, 2, 1. Beginning aero assist. Drag within acceptable parameters. Descent phase begun. Decelerating. Deploying parachute. Deploying backup parachute. Skipping parachute. Landing phase begun. Activating retro propulsion. Touchdown. Planetfall complete. Drop pod integrity nominal. Omni-situational exploration suit nominal. Pioneer. Acceptable. Congratulations, you are the third in your region to survive planetfall. Welcome to Massage 2, ABB, in the binary system of Akicha.
Oh, great start. Yeah, so
Loading objective-based introduction. Begin onboarding.
I wanted to just focus on the
First
initial.
contact safety tool supplied due to presence of alien megafauna. Adhere to Fix-It procedure and equip the Fix-It Inc. Xeno Zapper before leaving the drop zone.
Yes, I wanted to just focus on the initial intro because it's super amazing and fun. This is my first time playing, or not really my first time, but my first time trying to get into Satisfactory fully. I have some knowledge.
Next objective. Dismantle the drop pod. Fix-It Incorporated is cost-effective and efficient. We do not waste. The drop pod will be recycled to construct the first stage of the habitat and utility base, often referred to as the hub.
hmm And thankfully, I was lucky to survive this this game. I'm always so impressed by how it looks. It's so nice and so almost calming in a weird sense. But of course, our first objective is to take apart our drop pod and get back resources.
Next objective. Use the resource scanner to find and collect additional iron to be able to build the hub. If you cannot find iron, be assured scans of the planet have revealed sufficient iron sources.
Mhm. Yes, great. So yeah, that's the introduction to Satisfactory. Um, Always feels amazing to go through that. So our next objective is to hold V and scan for iron ore in the vicinity. So let's see. Um, so we have three this way. You can see at the top at the compass we have a lot around us. So much. So I like the idea of something. I guess we don't have a map yet, or maybe it's on a different key. Let's try again. What's closest? We get those three almost immediately at the same time. There are so many here, like four. Let's go to the three guys this way and see what there is. So what I also know is that it's important to pick up leaves and branches and so on the way, because that will be the first source of fuel that you will have for actually quite a while in the game. So they are super important. If you have a little bit of time to kill or have to get somewhere, try to pick up as much as you can on the way. We also have an interesting situation of these planets as well in the sky. This one is just absolutely massive. Um, yeah, it feels so great to be in this world, to be honest. Uh, and Garden Elf 004, I hope you're still here, and if not, oh well. Maybe I was quiet for a little too long, thinking that maybe it was a microphone-less playthrough of the game. And yeah, that will not be the case, of course, as you can tell. Yeah, so this is a good starting point. I can also see that there is some limestone down here. There was a slug over here as well, which will be useful later on. A little later. Some fruits.
Potential edible collected. If consumed before authorized is compatible with the human digestive system by Fix-It, the consumer is responsible for any and all consequences. Store this potential resource for later use.
Yes. So yeah, we'll be able to eat that to replenish health. We only have one hand slot at the moment, so we cannot really change what we're holding uh, that easily at least. So yeah, let's just pick up a few more leaves and then we can check out this place down here. I think maybe it would be fun initially to just pick up that power slug and see what Ada has to say about it. Um, yeah, and of course, bunch of leaves and wood is super important. So I'm also picking up that as we go. Um, so these are the 3 iron nodes that it was talking about. I'm feeling the brightness of the game might not be the best at the moment. So this is an enemy, of course. As you can see, it's charging me. Now it's escaping, I guess. Um, but let me actually adjust the brightness a little if I can. Uh, oh, okay, the game doesn't pause. Okay, well, yeah. As you can see, they're not super dangerous.
Samples of new alien species acquired. Notable features are blunt teeth, suggesting it is herbivorous, and a thickly plated skull and spine, suggesting it is proficient at inflicting and receiving blunt force trauma. Preserve the remains for later study.
Yes, indeed. So, brightness. Let's see. If there is a brightness, I guess gamma would be the equivalent. Um, hmm, it might actually just be my screen that's a bit not as bright now that I'm thinking about it. So me changing the brightness doesn't do much.
Next objective. Use the build gun to construct the hub. Iron is a base component necessary for all near-future progress, so ensure you build the hub close to iron sources. Fix-It does not pay by the kilometer.
Yes, so this is iron. Um, it's normal, which is decent. It's better than impure for sure. Let me also check sound and so on. So by the time that I get to mine this one, let me check how everything sounds. And let's see just and let's see just yeah, it appears to be okay. Uh, if anyone is in here, please tell me how the balance is, uh, if possible. Because yeah, I don't want to give you guys a bad experience, of course.
Potential edible collected. Eating it and surviving does not count as a valid field test and does not generate enough data for Fix-It to make an informed decision. Store this potential resource for later use.
Hmm. Yes, let's do that. So then we have this guy. They're not doing much except for sitting, which is nice. You can just pick them up.
This semi-slug species seems to persist entirely through absorbing and storing energy from its surroundings. Studying this could provide new methods for improving Fix-It production line efficiency. Store this potential resource for later use.
That would be nice. So the initial plan is to build the hub, which is where everything starts from. And actually, it's also quite nice just clearing this out so that I have a bit of a flatter, less, let's say, um, uh, yeah, cluttered area, I guess is the word that I'm looking for. So with the hub is where we want to start. Of course, I bring up the menu and select to build it. And then, because we kind of want to focus around these 3 ore nodes in the beginning, let's build it fairly close.
Hub
And now
foundation
we have
built.
things to
The
do.
hub terminal and crafting bench are only the humble beginnings of a successful Fix-It pioneer, but essential for the next steps of onboarding. Once finished, the hub will function as your base of operations. Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 1.
Hmm. Okay, so yeah, now we have the crafting bench with the option to build some iron ingots, which is interesting. I want to try to minimize the use of the manual crafting because, yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of the game, pretty much. So, what I need to do first is simply just get the hub upgrade 1. Um, Interesting, I can jump while I'm in this menu, I can walk around. Hmm. Um, and then I will also get the extra hand, which is nice. Great, so we need 10 iron rods for this. Thankfully, the developers are super great with quality of life, so actually just in the top right corner you see that it highlights what my next objective is, and it only does that because I selected this milestone. If I was to, well, undo that, which I guess I cannot at this point, it wouldn't show here. So it's actually quite nice in that sense. So let's just start building iron ingots because that's what we need for iron rods. Thankfully, we don't need so many. So already now we have enough for the 10, and there we go. Uh, I believe that there might also be some way of um, showing out of how many out of the total amount that I would need, but maybe not. Maybe it's only with the to-do list, but yeah, I guess in this case it's because we manually have to plug them in. So let's do that, and let's get the first hub upgrade. And it's always
Hub
amazing to
Upgrade
see this.
1, Storage and Frame, completed. Equipment like the portable miner can now be made in the workshop. Congratulations on completing your first milestone, the first of many providing access to new recipes and technologies for the Fix-It mission. Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 2.
Hmm. Yeah, so now we get a storage chest, which is quite nice. So it's nice to just get rid of a few things that are not so useful right now. Uh, like for power, leaves and wood and the remains, and especially the power slug is not very useful at the moment. So let's see what we have to do next. We can get the extra, or we can go for the next hub upgrade. Of course, we got a new hand slot, so it would be nice to actually add some food to that so that it's easy to switch in between. And yeah, let's see what we need for the next one. Mm, okay, so it will be a little more of manual crafting at this point, which is fine. But let's uh, let's do that then. Mm, and actually, let's see what we get. So we get quite a few things, and we get to interact with copper as well, which will be super useful for power. Uh, and it will be the initial power stuff. I guess since we get a smelter, we also get some way of, and a power line, we also get some way of producing power, which would be useful with the amount of stuff that we have already. So let's just continue the same way like we did before. Um, we have to build 10 iron plates and 20 iron rods. So, uh, so now we have enough for the plates at least. Then now we just need the rods. So it will be a bit slower in the beginning. That's just how it is. That's most games pretty much. But soon enough there will be some automation going around and we will see things moving and all of the exciting stuff that is the heart of this game, pretty much. Yeah, and that was that crafting session. Not so bad. You can click and drag into the hub, or you can simply just double click, I believe. Yeah. Um, I'm simply just dragging for uh, showcasing.
Hub
So,
upgrade 2, power and shell, completed. The smelter can turn raw ore such as copper and iron into ingots, and the biomass burner generates power when fueled. Fun fact: most of the native flora and fauna is compatible with Fixit technology. Fueling the biomass burner with inappropriate materials will result in deductions or even cancellation of your yearly bonus. Next objective: complete Hub Upgrade 3.
hmm yes, great. So that we now have the biomass burner, but of course we don't really have, well, any anywhere to put power or anything to do with power at the moment. Uh, what would be nice is to build an equipment workshop, because what we can, I don't know if we can read more about it. Uh, there might be a way, but yeah, uh, there was the codex earlier. I don't know how to do that. I mean, it's been a while since I've played this, but oh, I can right click to unstack or to split the stack. I don't remember. I guess open in codex. So yeah, we can do it here. I guess we cannot do that from the build menu. Um, okay. I mean, it's not saying much. Used to manually craft equipment, essentially. So I guess let's focus on making the equipment workshop first. And actually, this will be a good place to show the to-do list. So I can just, I didn't use this much, but I think it's good to showcase at least at this moment, because now we know here on the right side that we will need these resources, and then I don't have to go back and forth between menus, which is quite nice. So, and as you can see, it just fills up like that. I built one too many iron rods. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna need them at some point anyway. And then we'll build 6 of these. Good. Then we have enough for the equipment workshop. Can of course rotate to our liking, which is nice. Don't know exactly where to put it. This tree is a bit annoying because I would prefer to have it here, but then the tree is kind of clipping through. I guess I can put it quite close. Can also snap it by holding control, maybe that's better. So, and good, the tree is not clipping through, which is nice. Oh, there is a bit of a height change going between. Okay, so what's good about this guy is that we get to make portable miners. At this point, we barely have any iron left, but it will be very useful to build some of these because, well, it essentially automates mining a little bit. Right now, we can go back to these iron nodes and just sit like this for a while to get some iron, but of course, in a factory game about automation, this will not be the whole game. This is not Minecraft after all. This is uh, surprisingly different, even though there might be some similarities. It is a tough one indeed, but I mean the good thing is that it doesn't break, which is nice. So what you noticed in the beginning was that there was like a big rock of iron on top, but as soon as I dug like a few bits of iron from it, it just got destroyed and left this instead, which I can just mine from indefinitely. as much as I want. So let's get up to 60. You can see that I will get up to 60 just now on the bottom left, above my health. And wow, it's getting so dark here. And then let's create some iron. So what I would like is to create a few of these portable miners. Let's make like 4, would be nice. Yeah, I don't know, I guess the sun is setting a bit. But yeah, maybe it's just not just my screen. Maybe it is the game actually. I can adjust the gamma a bit. Of course, the sun is starting to set, it appears. So that's part of the reason why it's so dark. What you also have is some post-processing effect to essentially simulate adapting to darkness in the eyes. So once I get in here, it becomes at least more adjusted, which is nice. Yeah, so let's build some stuff. So we will need 16 iron rods. And then we will need 8 iron plates also. Yes, you do start with a flashlight, but I guess it works fine in this case. Yeah. So yeah, I can press B for the flashlight as well. I never really used it that much, but actually, yeah, it appears very useful in this moment. So yeah, you can see that in the bottom right of the screen as well, the little flashlight icon. So let's continue. I built one too many iron rods yet again. I guess it's just one of those days. And there we go. Now we will have enough iron plates. Again, this will be like the start of things. We will automate soon enough. So what we can do now is, well, we need a bit of iron generally, so we can add the portable miner to our hands, and then we can place a miner here. So what we want to do is also explore. Why is it so bright? Oh, it's okay. Moving very fast. Yeah, so as you can see, it starts mining. It now has already 11 iron ore, faster than I could mine it myself. Then we also have access to scan for copper ore, which would be good. We have one this way, again on the compass we see that. And this is by far the closest one. We see another slug up there, but it doesn't appear to be very achievable at the moment. So let's go. That's a crazy magma planet. Let's go towards the copper and let's scan again, just to make sure we're going the right way. It's just up there.